wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you bring us up to the injury situation to Southampton?
Yes. That's pretty quick, I would say. All good. New injuries? No. And all the rest is on the way back. How close? That's different. Yeah. Phil trained again this morning. Joel, first steps, if you want, in team training. Who else could have?
Milner, Henderson.
Yes, right. No, Millie, no issues anymore. Handel, on a very good way, because he's a really mentally strong guy. So it's still painful, I think, but he's doing well. So we will see what we can do with him. Hopefully Thursday, team training.
So with that in mind, with all the changes that we made yesterday, and with this game, and with some very important Premier League games coming up as well, what is the thought process now for you in terms of deciding who plays in this squad against Southampton?
Everybody who is ready and is good enough for the team, so that's how I decided always. We made the changes yesterday for different reasons. So and I actually think there was no real alternatives for this lineup in this moment because of how I said, different reasons. So a little bit too much games for the one player with the matches coming up, and not fit, or a little, how I said, so how, for example, Kleiny nearly played all the time. Adam played always when he was fit, but was not fit all the time. Same as Ginny. So that was the decision for lineup yesterday, and so it is for the next game. So it's very important. Both of these games were very important. So I make no difference in judging these games. And so tomorrow, Wednesday, the best team we can line up. That's how it is.
And how do you feel about the fact that it's over 2 legs, this semi-final as well?
I mean, well used to it. I was last year surprised. This year, how could I be surprised again? So that's all good. That's the tournament.
Jurgen, Philippe's obviously been back in training for a few days now. Does he need minutes against Southampton to be able to start against Manchester United in your mind?
I think Phil is fit enough for being part of the squad. Means then could be minutes, how much ever, I don't know. But it depends on the game, of course. So yes, he's, how I said, in a very good way. And how it is, it was, I don't know exactly, 6-7 weeks, something like this. So that's long. So that's long, and so he needs minutes in training, especially. But then, of course, as soon as possible, minutes in games. So we will see how we do it. It's not no final decision made until now, but how I said, it's I think the third complete session he did with the team, and so tomorrow again would be the fourth. It's not that many, but for being in the squad, I think it's enough, and then we will see.
For you then, obviously, if you win in the replay against Plymouth, that's 7 matches in 21 days you'll have at the end of this month. That's a different experience to perhaps other weeks during this season where people have said that you have an advantage over many rivals because you don't have as many matches. What's it going to be like managing that period, especially with important games like United, like Chelsea, like the League Cup semi-finals as well?
The best we can. Oh, that's how. But we had it last year from October to May, I would say. So we are used to it. Still, it's not that we had no idea how to do it. It was only now we got one game more. Yeah, it was not the plan, but it's not. That's not the biggest difference. And the Capital One Cup is a special thing, obviously. If you ask for a rating in England, I'm not sure how it would be exactly on first or second, but then on third it's Capital One Cup. But as long as you are involved, it's the most important cup you can imagine. So that's how we see it. And so it's Southampton, for example. If you want to talk about intensity, they had a more intense time than we had. So there's no advantage for one side. We have to find a lineup. We have to find a way of play. We played Southampton there. We did well. It was only a draw at the end. But it was really good performance from my side against a strong side from Southampton. So it's really open, but it's not about saying it's not that important or something. And the Plymouth game is, how I said, it's only one game more. That's all. And so we can handle it, for sure.
Yeah, but you rotated your goalkeepers in the EFL Cup. Seems as Harry didn't have that much to do yesterday. Does he continue in goal for you?
Unfortunately, even the Plymouth goalkeeper has not that much to do. No final decision until now, but it's pretty likely, I would say, that Loris plays again. That makes sense and is I think is fair and is response to training performances and all that stuff. So yeah, it's likely. Not sure. I'm not sure if the sound is good for the
It's not
one of yours. Yeah, good.
May I just ask one more?
Yeah, of course.
After the game. And you were saying that there has been some suggestions over your team selection beyond the Liverpool team and against Plymouth, and because they're a league, 2 leagues lower, or 3 leagues lower down than you. We've seen Premier League teams go out with full strength sides this weekend. So really, would it have made that much difference, do you think, looking back now?
I don't expect fairness in judgment. That is clear before the game. That you if you win, then it's wonderful, and you have the youngest lineup ever, Liverpool. But we didn't think like this. We really made a lineup because we thought, because of different reasons, that's the lineup we should choose. That's it. That's all. And then after the game, that's then the easiest job for you to ask why did you make all these changes. Yeah, I could explain each single. But I don't want, but I could. So, and at the end, the question I asked this morning in the dressing room when I had a little analyzed meeting, I said, could we have done better? 100% yes. And that's exactly with this lineup. Exactly with this lineup. Because I have highest expectation. I don't expect perfection, but highest expectation because I see them every day in training. So, and I was I'm never sure, but I was pretty convinced that we can play really well. And then, yeah, in a few parts it was good. A few performances of play were really good, and then it became more and more difficult the longer the game was, and that's how it is. So I have absolutely no problem with criticism like this. But it's not because underestimating an opponent or something, not a percentage. So, but if somebody will see it like this, I cannot change. So I won't waste time to try to explain then why we did it. It's how it is. That's my job. I have to make decisions, and when we have good results, and everybody says, "Yeah, good idea." If not, it's not the same reaction. That's how it is. So, but really, I saw a lot of good things yesterday, but of course we missed, especially in the first half, to make more pressure on them. We started too early in a kind of not fluent enough kind of possession game. But again, the biggest challenge in football life is playing against a good organized and especially deep defending side. This team was not that tuned, but could have done better. And so everybody could see what happened then. I really saw worse things than what I saw yesterday in my life.
James, the Anfield factor certainly helped you last season when you were in these two-legged situations. Does it favour you being at home last in these two legs?
Oh, obviously we don't talk about FA Cup anymore, so we switched the cup. Actually, it depends to the first game, to the result of the first game. Yeah, but it should. We don't have a lot of advantages in two-leg cup competitions, but if you ask before, I would say nearly everybody would say, okay, let us play first away and then try to make the decision in the home game. Yes, could be, but it's not the decisive advantage if we don't perform. That's how it is. But can't think about the second game at this moment because now we have to go to Southampton. It's the first leg, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty ambitious in this tournament. It's a big thing. It is. It's a real and a proper final at Wembley. We had this experience one time, and for us it felt always like we missed a little bit there. In this moment, probably a few people think it would be a nice final, Manchester against Liverpool, but there's another leg to go, and hopefully it's at the end not Hull against Southampton. So that's how it is. But even then, it would be deserved. So it's difficult, but we are ambitious too. That's what we showed all the time, and let's try it again.
And you're probably aware that it's the FIFA Awards tonight, and Liverpool fans are up for an award for their rendition of "You'll Never Walk Alone" in the Borussia Dortmund quarter-final last year. I just wonder what your memories are or were of that before that game, and if it was particularly special for you because it involved your former team and your current team.
I think I said it a few times, and I'm really lucky that I had a few similar nights in my life, especially as a manager. And still, if you ask me, if I have to compare, but I don't like to much, but if I have to, that was the best last half an hour I was ever part of. So, and if somebody thinks that's worth to get a prize for it, I'm a big supporter of this idea. So it was outstanding and pretty special in a strange world in the moment. Creating an atmosphere like this is something special, and so I hope we or they will get the prize.
Yeah, you sort of touched on it briefly there about the expectancy. You got to 2 finals last year, and you spoke about how you were favourites for this tie. You Man United are favourites at the final. Is the expectancy the biggest issue you have now for getting through the semi-final and getting to the final?
Sorry, I don't know exactly at which point, but at one point
You got to 2 finals last year. I think people are expecting you to get to a final again, this final this year.
Would be nice. It would be nice if we could go to the final. But what do we think? That I don't want to go to finals because I lost the last 5 or 12? What's the reason for the question? Sorry.
Because you're seen as such favourites against Southampton.
Are we? Yeah. Okay, but who says this has not a real idea about cup competition. So if this would be the case, then in the last few years, I don't know exactly, the finals all over the world always would have been the same teams involved. I don't think that Dortmund, Liverpool last year was the expected final. Maybe because everybody expected Sevilla in the final, but not us. So we were there, and I think we deserved it. And all the other things, there's not more pressure or something on us. It's an opportunity for both teams, and that's how it is. And so I don't think about missed chances or whatever. So it's always a new day, always a new chance, always a new final. And I said to the lads already last year, it will be not the last final we will be involved, not the Wembley one and not the Basel one. So this would be the first chance for us to prove this, and let's try it. That's all I can say about this.
Jurgen, you've shown a willingness to pick the other players in the early rounds. Does the fact that this is a semi-final and it's a difficult away game, does that make you less likely to pick them or
It's not about. It's always who I have available and who I have to who I can line up. That's how it is. It's not about young, old, whatever. It's about which lineup made most sense because of the individual situation of the player and at the timing. It's very important. When do we play who? And I don't think about then the game against Manchester United. That's not possible with 1 or 2 players who are not 100% fit in the moment. Okay, they are not in my plans for Southampton, but then there are the plans immediately, of course, if they are close enough for Manchester United. But that's the only thing. So now we have, I don't know exactly, 18, 19 players, around about or 20, ready for the game. A few of them played yesterday, and now we have to see how they react, and we have to see how are the other players, which were not involved for some reasons, and then we make the lineup. But it's not about old or young, and it's not about trying the same again, only to bring somebody in the game for Manchester United. Manchester United is a game like it is always, like it's the other Everton games. You can pick them out of the season, and it's always a special game. Not important when it is how much point difference or whatever. It's a derby, so, and you need to be ready for this, and we will be ready. But first of all, we have to play Southampton.
Super. Thanks, guys. Thanks for more.